Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stone Zone, the place where I blabber about Japanese cartoons. So as we all know, or may not know, every Dr. Stone character has a meaning behind their names, and sometimes has a connection to their personality. I was pretty shocked to see that no one has made a video about this, because not all names are common knowledge. You may know the origin of Chrome's name, or Suika's name, but do you know the meaning of Ukyo's name, for example? I was actually going to talk about all the names in the useless facts video, which you should totally check out by the way, but I decided it would take too long, so I made it into a separate video. Also, goosebumps were meant to ward off predators and beasts. The standing hair made our ancestors look bigger, but since we have so little hair on our bodies now, goosebumps don't make us look spoopy. Now I just told you the most important thing to know in this world, so not subscribing is not an option. Well, starting off with the meaning behind our favorite protagonist's name. Oh wait, I already covered this in my useless fact video, which you should totally check. Moving on to a resident screaming blockhead dude person. His name is probably the funniest of all. Taiju means big tree, and Oki means big tree. So his name in English would be Big Tree, Big Tree. Next up we have Yuzuriha, and her full name is Ogawa Yuzuriha. Ogawa means small river, and Yuzuriha is the Japanese name for the tree False Daphne. Now there's a small pattern here which you most probably did not notice. The name Senku translates to 1,000 skies, as I said in my useless facts video, which you should definitely. So Senku means 1,000 skies, so let's take the sky part, and then Taiju is big tree. So let's take the tree part, which we can relate with land, and then as I said, Ogawa is river. So the relation here is sky, land, and sea. It is a little far-fetched, but it makes a decent bit of sense. Moving on to Tsukasa, the shishi in shishio means lion, and o means king. So in Japanese, if you put o behind a noun, it turns into the king of the said noun. You might have noticed this in, for example, the word pirate king. Kaizoku means pirate, and o turns into king. If it's just a normal king, for example, it would just be o-sama. Well, this is turning out to be a Japanese lesson, so I guess I'm a bird now. Next up is Kohaku, which means amber. Oh, and did you know that amber takes 2 to 10 million years to form? Mr. Sorcerer's name comes oh wait, I covered this in my useless facts video, which you should totally check out. Now, Kinro and Ginro is quite obvious, because Kinro comes from the Japanese word for gold, which is kin, and Ginro comes from the Japanese word for silver, which is kin. And here comes one that you most probably didn't know, but Kaseki means fossil in Japanese. Get it? Get it? It's like, Kaseki is just fossils because, like, he's old. Explaining the joke always makes it better, right? Now, it doesn't actually make sense if you think about it, because this would mean that Kaseki was old his entire life, from when his parents gave him a name. This was extremely mean of Itagaki though. Now the one coming up is also something you most probably didn't know, and that's the meaning of Gen's name. Asa means shallow, and Giri means fog, and Gen means illusion. Next time I cast an illusion on someone, I'll just say, get Gen, bitch. I know, not cringe at all. Continuing the you probably didn't know theme, the next character we're going to be covering is Ukyo. Saionji, which is his second name, uses the kanji for west, park, and temple, and Ukyo uses the kanjis for wing and capital. So his second name is noble-like, which means that Ukyo most probably was born in a rich family. Suika means watermelon. Now the next one is something you can't guess the meaning of, but what do you think Magma's name means, huh? Let me know in the comments down below. Oh, and mantle. I'm not sure what that means either. Ruri means lapis lazuli in Japanese. It turns out Japan decided to make a word for lapis from Minecraft. Damn, I did not know that Minecraft had such a huge influence in this world. Next up is Hyoga, which means iced moon. Now just a small clarification here. So the names actually don't have an exact meaning. For example, we had Hyoga here, which uses a kanji for ice and moon. So that's why some of these names don't actually make sense. Following the bad guy theme, Homura means fire, which you might have noticed from Demon Slayer. And her second name, which is Momiji, means maple leaf. Or rather, uses the kanji for maple leaf. Yo uses the kanji for sunshine, and Uei uses the kanji for up and water well. Now, I don't see a correlation here with his character, but there does not have to be. Next up, we have every normie's waifu, Minami, which means south. Her second name, which is Hokutozai, means north, east, and west. Or, it uses the kanji for north, east, and west. Moving on to Nikki, Her second name is Hanada, which uses the kanji for flower and rice field, and Nikki uses the kanji for mercy and princess. Next up we have Nanami Ryusui, and don't worry, it's not that big of a spoiler. So Nanami means 7 seas, and Ryusui has the kanji for dragon and water. Last but not least, we have Mirai, which means future, and as I said earlier, Shishio means Lion King. So this video was a bit of a rush. I'm the god of procrastination, so I ended up wasting 3 days, but I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I thought someone had already made a video on this because it is a big topic, but it turns out no one did. Also, subscribe, okay, bye.